Greetings, this is NobleKale from noblecale.com. I've got here a game called Black Ice, and I picked this one up from reddit.com's r/gamedev feedback Friday number 40. I really enjoy this one. I did actually record a video of myself doing a blind playthrough on it, and YouTube said no, it's too long because I loved it so much. I spent 20 minutes talking about it, so I'm going to be a bit more abbreviated with this one. So let's jump straight in here. This one's made in Unity. So before this screen we actually get one that basically shows us resolutions and graphics options and all that kind of stuff, so don't even worry too much about that. We've got new game, load game, tutorial, options, about, and quit. Looking in the about section, Black Ice is an indie game made by a single developer in his free time after his day job. He would like to thank his wife for being so patient, which is cute. And I know that feeling very well, although it's a fiance at the moment. We also have a bunch of attribution stuff, which is fantastic, and kudos for that one. Then down here, a bit that I love, I'd love to hear your feedback, and then a bunch of contact points. For some reason, people don't like putting their contact info into their games, which makes it really hard to track them down, so I like that. Options screen, so resolution and stuff, all the video stuff, that's actually somewhere else. Game options, hardcore mode, YOLO, that sounds like permadeath to me. Display hints, totally required at the moment. Control options, it is actually a first-person shooter in some ways. I'll read out the description in half a second, but that's why you've got mouse sensitivity, and I thank them for it. Camera options, we've got all sorts of camera stuff. I don't think that's really sort of pertinent right now, but you know, some people like to tweak that stuff. Sound volume controls, always lovely to see. Windowed mode, which again comes back to that graphics resolution-y stuff, and then a bunch of debug stuff, which we don't need to touch. Right, and then we've got tutorial. This is the only part that sort of lets it down right now, in that it's not a tutorial, it's basically just a sort of description. And the game is fantastic and I love it dearly, but it's not exactly user-friendly to begin with. And I think that a nice tutorial to introduce the inventory structure and how to hack a building, I think that that sort of stuff would come in a bit better than wall of text, which, let's face it, most people aren't even going to read. So let's jump straight into new game. Okay, so it's just got jacking in. Let's have a quick look around. Each of these buildings is actually a database or a company. I'll just read you out the description. Black Ice is a first-person shooter / RPG hybrid set in cyberspace. Your plan is to hack buildings to get credits and items to upgrade your deck, so you can hack the largest server of them all to free an AI. If you haven't read Neuromancer, that's basically the plot. The whole thing is a cyberpunk Neuromancer sort of run, and I love it. Speaking thereof, the biggest building of them all, that's it in the distance, big white thing. So let's take a quick look around. I'm going to show you the invent first. So here's my inventory screen. I start off with some items, and these are the hints up here. And I start off with a laser and a script kiddie icebreaker. ICE is basically the security encryption around the databases or the data that I want to get to. And so what it comes down to is lasers are the first person shooter weapons, and decks the icebreakers are basically what helps me hack through the actual buildings and obtain the goal. And the deck is basically my equipment slots. So I've got a laser, an icebreaker, and then a minion slot, which is really cool, and I'll come back to that hopefully in this video. And then I've got mod slots 1 and 2, and then I've got all these inventory slots and a sword inventory and a delete. And then I've got a bunch of stats which I didn't really pay that much attention to. You do level up later though, so that's pretty cool. Okay, one thing before we progress here, it does have this equipped abilities block. Left click, right click, button 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the keyboard, shift and space. Sprinting is an ability, and so is jumping, and they consume what's called RAM. And so RAM is basically like RAM on your computer. When it's in use, it depletes, but then when you stop using it, it comes back. So I'm just going to show you that. So my RAM is at 15 out of 15, and then when I start sprinting, it goes down to 33 because I'm using it. Release, comes back. Jumping, same thing. When I'm in air, it gets consumed. I really like that mechanic. I think it's good. So let's have a quick glance around. Okay, this is a demon shop. Left click to shop. You can also hack it. I'm not going to bother with here because I haven't even got any money. But I did find something on the ground, so let's go back to the invent. Nope, I didn't pick it up. I must have missed it, or it was just some creds, which is a pity. So what I'm looking for is basically I hack these buildings. I'm looking for something small, and here's one here. It says up in the top, Ultratel chips firm, hack difficulty 2. Sweet. Last night I was doing vids, and I was hacking buildings of 4 and 8, sort of with a bit of equipment. So a 2 sounds about right. So I'm going to space my distance. And you should have seen the playthrough that I did blind because I didn't know what was about to happen. So I'm going to engage my icebreaker with my right click. And that's it. And these are the defense protocols that come out. And I shoot those with my laser. Now, what you'll notice is that there's this path and a little boundary came up. Once I exceed that boundary, I stop hacking. So I actually have to stay nearby and I have to defend myself. So let's have a look at what I just picked up. And cyber laser, common payload, damage 4 to 9, damage 5 to 7. I'm going to keep the 4 to 9. It's just, you know, a little bit better. And I can sell that too. So let's move on. Find another building. Because I want to try and push up to level 2. So once you get over that initial shock, and it was a shock for me last night, it was a case of, what the hell, spiders, this is so cool. Okay, what did I pick up? I picked up a minion. So if I look at this common minion, and you'll see it's got a RAM consumption. That goes into my minion slot, but I can't actually use it, even if I just sort of try and do it. Simply because I haven't got the skill yet. So let's have a quick look. I don't have any skill points yet, which is a pity. Okay, so we're just going to grind quickly, very quickly. Done. And that hint basically said you need the minion skill to use this. Now, what I've noticed is that this is a rare icebreaker, so that's a sexier icebreaker. So I'm going to try and slot that in. It does have a different color background. This is one of my very few criticisms. I can't tell the difference. That one's a browny kind of khaki color, and that one's a grey color. I need something a bit more glorious than that. But yeah, that one's valued at 194 bit creds. The old one was 9 bit creds, so I should be able to hack some much better eyes. But I don't think I could defend off the security that comes with it. So the ice is basically the difficulty and the equipment you need, but then you still got to fight off those minions. So let's push on. Try and find something nice and small. So I'm trying to hack it, but it's too far away. So I have to get nice and close. There we go. So the hack's in. The icebreaker's doing its thing, and I'm fending off. Okay, and we've done that. And I got another cowboy icebreaker. I don't know how well it's been balanced. I mean, this is still a game in progress, so I don't know whether they've balanced it or not. But I am setting my own difficulty here anyway, so... okay. All I got there was some credits, so that was a bit meh. So this, Finality Incorporated, hack difficulty 500. I'm not going to try and open that, I will die, and I'm on perm death. So let's not go there. Here we go. Dream Chips Genesis. And one thing that I do like is that the security spiders they scared me when I first saw them. It was fantastic. They shocked me, and then I kind of went, oh yeah, web crawlers, cool. Still getting much the same stuff. Yeah. I haven't actually picked up anything. I'm going to try something a bit harder. What have we got? 19. I think that's out of my league. 41. So you got all sorts of things. You've got banks in here. You've got silicon companies. This is low-hanging fruit, but why not? We'll see what it kicks out. So yeah, I love the ram mechanic. I think it's pretty sexy. That's a better minion, so I'm going to slot that in. What have we got? Battle Wire 3, yeah. Sure. What I'm looking for is something a little bit harder to hit. I'll do maybe one more. Oh, here we go. So this is a shop. It's basically very, very similar to your inventory, so it shows me my invent. I'm going to trade that out. So that disappeared. I've now got 22 bit creds, 28 bit creds. What have we got here? I've basically got it already. Cyber Spider. You can get a set minion, so he's got sets, he's got rarities. I really like it, but I don't think I can get anything better than what I've got already. So I'm just going to flush out all that other stuff. And there's a return button up here, but that could be a bit more obvious, a little bit more easy. So I've got a nice icebreaker, but I just don't have a good weapon, which makes me worry about whether I should be able to achieve something or not. Okay, nope. Good old Cyberdyne. Alright, anyway, I'll do this one last one, and it actually shows me down the bottom. I just need 3 more experience, so hopefully this is it. Maybe I'll turn this video into a 2-parter, because I would like to show this. Okay, so, there we go. I have actually leveled up, so if you'll bear with me, I'm just going to kill this video, and I'll start up on another one, so that YouTube doesn't get grumpy at me. Please hold.